Can you actually get your ass up? That's the test. I wasn't always a runner, and you can become anything that you want to become, not to finish a race, but rather to get through this thing called life. Just tune out the noise and go.
Tell me what you want from me. Concluding, concentrating on my musing lover.
My name is Morgan, and welcome back to my channel, Actualized AF, where we talk strategies and tips to actualize all the goals you desire and become that person you've always visualized. And today we're talking all things running. I'm sharing my running journey and some tips to get started in your running journey as well. I wanted to invite you to the Austin Marathon. I'm running the Austin Half Marathon in partnership with Austin Marathon. It is on February 16th in Austin, Texas, and I am so excited to get back into running races. As I'll tell you, I've been running races for a few years now, but I took a few years off, but now I'm back, and I'm so happy to be partnered with Austin Marathon to share this experience with you. I did a giveaway on my Instagram page, but if you missed it, you're still able to sign up for my Team Actualize, so that we can run together on February 16th and cross that finish line and achieve one of the goals that you said that you wanted this year. So make sure you click the link in my description box so that you can sign up for my team and have a goal in mind for your running journey. Let's go. How did I even get started in running? First of all, I wasn't always a runner, and that's the number one thing to remember, is that you can become anything that you want to become if you claim it and work towards it daily. So I decided a few years ago that I wanted to become a runner and became a runner and started doing races, but my fitness journey actually started a little bit before then. So around 2011, I started working out and losing weight and realizing my potential in fitness. And that really only consisted of strength training and doing like a 20-minute jog on the treadmill or a 20-minute, I don't even know, what is it called? A ride? A walk on the elliptical. So I wasn't really doing anything major in terms of running, but I did set a good foundation for myself in 2011 in terms of fitness. But I was always kind of active. I mean, I was a cheerleader in high school. I danced, so I knew movement, and I knew that body movement was important, but I never had a routine outside of my extracurriculars. I started living my life and gaining more weight, and I was like, wait a minute, what do? I need to get back into shape, and I want to work on a goal for myself that actually is more meaningful and more outside of myself. So I started strength training again around 2017 to 2019 when I was living in Japan. In that time, I also started running. So I was running at the gym, and then I started running outdoors, and I was like, wait a minute, I can actually work up some mileage here. So I started running around my neighborhood in Japan, and I felt comfortable exploring cities by foot. So that was really a motivating factor for me to be able to get from one point of the city to another using my 2 feet. That's why I really enjoyed starting the running journey, but also I enjoyed challenging myself. So I was like, wait a minute, if I can start running, I can actually do other things. I wanted to get more motivated with running because I realized, wow, I'm good at this. I can explore new cities, and I can rack up mileage and achieve goals that I never thought that I could. So I started watching YouTube videos about ultra marathons, marathoning, just runners in general, different documentaries and triathlons. And I started getting indoctrinated with all things fitness, and it just took over my life. And I honestly realized how much I loved it because I saw these other people achieving their goals and becoming the people that they wanted to be. And I was so motivated to do that myself. So I continued running, number one, and I started training for triathlons. I actually signed up for my first triathlon triathlon in like 2019, and that was just a sprint triathlon. But in the back of my mind, I had already signed up and knew that I was going to do an Ironman triathlon, and that was where I messed up because that was a bit too much for me at that time. So I started training for an Ironman. That was a wild time because that was during COVID. Then they kept pushing the race back. It was just too much. And if you don't know what an Ironman is, it's 2.4 mile swim, 112-mile bike, and a full marathon after that. Yes, in one go. Like, that's what everybody always asks me. Is it one go? Yes, honey, it is one go. I ended up doing the Ironman in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Actually, only completed the swim and the bike. I didn't finish the bike in time to start the run. So I actually did not finish the Ironman, but it's okay because after COVID and everything that I had been through over those past few years, I could not think about triathlons and Ironman anymore. I realized that I was only sad about not finishing the Ironman because I didn't get to complete the run, which is like my favorite part. If I had completed the run and been able to just run the 26.2 miles, I would have been fine. But it was the swim and the bike and all of it discombobulated into it, and it was just too much. Then I realized, okay, I'm just gonna drop the swim, I'm gonna drop the bike, and I just wanna stick to my runs that I know and love so much. After taking a few years off, after that hell of a Ironman triathlon, I decided to get back into running. So I started small, I did some 5Ks, I'm just running on my own, but this Austin Marathon, half marathon that I'm going to run on February 16th is my first entry back into distance running races in a few years. So I'm super excited about that. I'm just super excited about my journey overall because that's the number one thing. It is a journey. You might start here, stop there. If you want to become a runner, you can. Adopting that mentality about making it a lifestyle as opposed to only doing a certain race, the Ironman, or only conquering a certain goal, or only doing it for a certain time period, that's where you're gonna mess up. Think of it as I'm becoming a runner because I want to elevate my lifestyle, be a better person from the inside out, exercise my entire body, including my legs, lungs, heart, and mind. I just want to do something challenging for myself that I've never done. That's the reason that you become a runner. Not to finish a race, but rather to get through this thing called life. So that's my running journey, and I hope it inspired you just a little bit. There are so many different benefits to starting this journey, and not necessarily benefits to running. It is the benefit of starting this journey that you will continue through life. And the first one is the fact that you can discover new cities with your very own feet. And like I said, I was running through Japan and I was discovering my neighborhood. And that's also a benefit of running races too. When you're running races, whether it's a 5K, 10K, half marathon, or marathon, you are exploring the world. You're able to see cities from a different light. I decided to do a triathlon in Annapolis, and I have never explored Annapolis, even though I am from Maryland. But I was on foot looking at the Navy Yard, looking at the water. It was just a beautiful scene that I would have never touched otherwise. A few years ago, I did the Atlanta half marathon, and that was actually during a COVID year. So we weren't able to actually run through the streets of Atlanta. We ran a little bit on the outskirts of Atlanta, and then we ended up finishing in the Atlanta Motor Speedway where they do car racing. It was just so cool to be on the ground in the speedway because if I went to a car race there, I would have never been able to actually be on the ground where they're racing cars, but I was there because I was running a race. My goal is actually to do races in different cities so that I can learn about new cities based on my exploration and tourism during the race. So I'm really excited to make running tourism a thing for me because I already know it's a thing. Another benefit to running is the physical and mental benefits. It is cardio. It is about exercising your heart and your lungs, and getting those two organs so in sync with the rest of your body and the rest of your mind and the rest of yourself in order to function properly to take you the distance. So kind of reframing the way that you think about this exercise. It's an exercise to exercise your internal organs, literally, so that you can have the breath and the capacity to run farther. Part of that exercise is also the mental exercise of it all. This is going to be a challenge, and you're going to test yourself every single day to ask yourself, all right, should I run? I don't really feel like it, but I know I should. Oh, should I just run this extra half a mile to finish out my goal, or should I just stop now? All of those battles you're going to think about every single day before you run, but after you run, you'll be so glad that you did because you passed the test. The test is the mental fortitude to even decide to get up to run, to keep going in your run, and the test is the mental fortitude to cross the finish line. It is not to look cute with the little vest and the shorts and yada, yada, yada. No, the test is, can you actually get your ass up and run and do the thing that you said that you were going to do? It's not about how long you do it. It's about, can you get up and do what you say that you're going to do? That's the test. That's the mental exercise. And honestly, that is the best benefit because it translates to other areas of your life. So if you get up at 5 a.m., because I do, okay, I get up and I go to the gym at 5 a.m. If you say, okay, I'm gonna run 4 miles this morning, and you start your day running 4 miles, watch. The rest of your day will be fabulous because you got the most difficult thing out of the way. You tested yourself, you rose to the occasion, and you realized, okay, I actually do have what it takes to achieve what I need to achieve when I say I'm going to achieve it. That's the test. Again, it's not about the physical exercise because that's the result of the test. But the test is, can you get up and do what you say you're gonna do? And that is what it means to be actualized. All of that afterwards, you build your confidence. Again, like I just said, if you are able to do this difficult thing, it translates in other areas of your life where you're confident enough to make decisions. So yes, I just finished the 5 a.m. workout and the 4-mile run. Now I'm gonna go to work and do this presentation and kill it because I know that I can, because I've built up the capacity and the self-esteem to train myself to do hard things. So you build this confidence to do hard things in other areas of your life. And of course, yes, you lose weight and you start to look good and you feel good and you feel lighter. That lightness you just carry throughout your day, you carry throughout your month, you carry throughout your year, you carry throughout your life if it is a lifestyle. And quite honestly, when I run, when I'm in my running zone, and I'm actually like working toward, I'm doing this every day. It is a lifestyle for me and I'm not taking any breaks. I feel so light. I feel so confident. I just feel, honestly, it's a lightness around my chest because I feel like nothing is bogging me down. I'm able to express myself. I'm able to just be the person I want to be because I'm fulfilling the goals that I desire. Let me not get too much into it. Another benefit of running is that you can find community. So there are so many running groups. There are so many running clubs. There's just running everywhere. I mean, you could go to a running store and get new shoes and you'll find that they might have a running club and you meet new friends there and you go every Thursday night and then afterwards you might go for dinner or something like that. Like, you can find friends in the running community. In my previous years of triathlon, I joined some running and triathlon communities, and I have never found people who are more gung-ho about living life and just living out their best selves. So if you're somebody who's looking for friends, looking for a community who is supportive, healthy, active, they want the best for themselves and the best for you, this is the reason to join a running club, okay? Because you can find people who are your people and you can really level up just from your surroundings of being around those people. Not only can you find friends, but you can achieve better goals by being a part of a running community. So say you join a running club and they're going on a 5-mile run and you can only run 3 miles. Watch yourself. You'll be able to run 5 miles by the end of that night. Trust me, because the community that you surround yourself with, they will encourage you. They will make sure that you're able to push yourself, and they will make sure that you are living the best life that you can live. So if you're looking for friends, just join a running club. The last benefit of running is the fact that it gives you so much structure and routine. I wake up at 4 a.m. actually. I go to the gym at 5 and I have my whole strength training and running routine in the morning. And if I don't get it done by 5 a.m., I'm not getting it done throughout the day at all. That structure, that block of time is my me time. Anything after that, life can happen, work can happen, family can happen, calls can happen that just, they sway your energy. To run, you truly have to be in a space of energy, space physically and mentally, a space of good energy. Creating that space first thing in the morning or whenever you want, but I suggest first thing, is so that you can have structure to situate yourself as the priority in your life and make sure that you achieve the goals that you set out to achieve. So whatever block you choose to run in is okay. But just know that that block of time is strictly going to be for you. It's the structure and the support that is necessary for you to become the person you want to be. And that's the only way that you'll become the person that you want to be, is to prioritize yourself. And that's why I like running, because it gives you a block of time to just tune out the noise and go. So how do you get started? Now, we're not going to run a marathon tomorrow. Okay? The key is, number one, start small. I started off with, okay, let me walk 5 minutes, run 5 minutes. So I was only doing 10 minutes of cardio back when I started in 2011. Now I'm doing half marathons and triathlons and Ironmans. So do you see the progression? It doesn't need to be overnight. You can break it down by time or distance. Maybe you're starting with 5 minutes walking, 5 minutes running. Maybe you're starting with 5 minutes walking, 10 minutes running, whatever you choose. Or you can break it down by distance. So maybe you're starting with a 1/4 of a mile walking, a 1/4 of a mile running. Whatever you choose what works best for you, but start small and then increase over time. Maybe in 6 months you want to run a half marathon. So what I would do is I would work backwards. I would say, okay, in June I want to run a half marathon. So that means each week I need to run this distance to work up towards a half marathon. So that is the mental training. The mental training isn't thinking that you can do everything tomorrow. The mental training is taking it step by step, time by time, minute by minute, so that you can work up towards the person you want to be. And in starting, it's all about finding your motivation, finding your why. Why are you doing this? Is it because you saw some girl on TikTok doing it? That's not gonna last. I'm gonna let you know now. Just because you saw somebody on TikTok doing it doesn't mean that you're gonna do it forever. If you wanna make this a lifestyle, think about truly, why do you want this? Why do you want to be this person? Is it because you wanna travel? Is it because you want the mental health? Is it because you want the body, yada, yada? Decide, think about it, but truly, why? And that will keep you going. That is what's going to keep you going when you are in mile 7 and you don't want to finish and get to your goal of mile 8. You're going to think about your why and you're going to keep going. Another tip to get started is to choose an environment that motivates you. I usually run at the gym on a treadmill during the week, and on the weekends, on Saturdays, I do my long run outdoors. I'm motivated by my surroundings. I need to look at pretty things. So I chose a gym that really motivates me. It's not dark, it's not dreary, it's light, it's airy. There's young people, there's other people around the gym who are motivating to me. For an outdoor workout, I like to choose places that are safe, that make me want to go and explore the nature there and say hi to the people on the trails because they're nice. The environment will always influence you to either be better or worse. So So choose environments that make you want to be better, whether they're indoors or outdoors. Make those decisions so that you can be a successful person in life, number one, but also a successful runner. Another good tip to get started is to track your progress. So maybe you're going to do a 30-day challenge where every day for 30 days you run for 10 minutes or something like that. I would print out a calendar and put an X every single time I finished my run. And actually, that's how I got started. I'm a nerd. This is gonna show who I really am. I made an Excel spreadsheet where I was habit tracking and tracking all of my workouts and the weights that I used and everything. Excel spreadsheets are in the past now. I actually switched to a Notion workout dashboard so that I could track my runs, track my workouts, and just make it a little bit more interactive. If you want that Notion template workout tracker, let me know because I definitely have it and I love giving Notion dashboards to you all. Another tip, be patient. If you are impatient, this is the number one thing that you're gonna have to practice because again, nothing is going to happen overnight. You need to trust the process, trust the journey, and realize that you're only going to get better. Like if you keep going, literally, like what can happen other than if you get injured, but if you're taking care of your body and strength training and cross training in between all of those runs, then you'll be less prone to getting injured. So again, another tip, side tip, is to make sure that you're doing other things other than running so that you can train your body in other ways. But if you're thinking that these victories will come overnight, they're not going to. It's going to be a long haul and it's going to be the long process. No matter what, the long process is always better than the overnight success. It's always better than the Cinderella story. So trust in your own journey. Realize, like really think about like what is stopping me from practicing patience? Why do I need this so bad tomorrow? Who am I trying to prove something to by needing this tomorrow? Honestly, if I trusted myself enough in my journey in life, I don't need anything tomorrow. Nothing is urgent for me. Everything can come when it's supposed to come. And that's, again, the mental training that you need to practice throughout this journey. It will be a literal meditative practice for you to understand how to be patient and trust the process. Trust the fact that you will get there one day. It might not be tomorrow, but you're going to get there. And practicing trust and practicing patience is a huge tip for anybody starting their running journey. The last tip is to sign up for a race. Again, it's not going to happen tomorrow. Your ability to do a 5K, 10K, half marathon, ultra marathon, whatever, it might motivate you more because you, number one, pay for this race. And number two, it's an exciting opportunity to be one with the running culture. So when I was first starting, I signed up for, like I said, a triathlon, the Ironman triathlon, and then I signed up for a few like 5Ks here and there. I was so enamored by the whole community, the whole race of it all, the whole event of it all, the pomp and circumstance. And I just wanted to do more of that. That actually motivated me to go from 5Ks to half marathons, then half marathons to marathons and Ironmans. Like it is so motivating to be a part of those events and just wake up in the morning and see all of these people out here getting it, because you realize everyone has had their own individual journey. You don't know what that is, but they're just motivated and ready and they're ready to run because they got here. Look at a race in your city. Look at a race at a city that you've always wanted to go to. Make it a running tourism race. You know, do what you do to just have a weekend out of it and treat yourself and prioritize yourself. Honey, honestly, that's my favorite part of it. It's the fact that I just get to like have mini self-care moments repeatedly throughout not only the running journey, but the running race weekend. Like I love it. I love the fact that I can recover from running. recovering from a long run. Oh, I have to take a bubble bath at this point. So sign up for a race. And again, the #1 race that you should be signing up for is February 16th in Austin, Texas, the Austin Marathon. I mean, you can do the 5K, you can do the 10K, the half marathon, or the marathon if you sign up with my team, Team Actualized. I will be there February 16th running the half marathon, getting back into the groove with my first race, and I am so excited. Let me know in the description box if you decide to make it out there, because I will definitely be looking for you. Overall, I'm just so excited to be back in running, and I love it so much. So if you have any questions about running, let me know down below. What kind of gear, what kind of everything, I'll make sure that I tell you. So thank you so much for watching, and good luck on your running journey. Bye.
Presently, I'm standing here right now. You're so demanding. Tell me what you want from me. Concluding.